Today I've brought a video in which we'll be learning how to write a scoring speech. So I'll be discussing its format, tips, and a list of useful phrases. Now, the question that I have taken in today's video, it is increasing indiscipline among teenagers, a very common topic that often comes in your exams. So I'll be discussing the format first. Now, the format, it also includes the useful things or the important things, the main points that you have to keep in mind while you sit to write a speech. Now, since it is a speech, it means that you are addressing a gathering. Now, whether the gathering is a formal one, a semi-formal, or an informal one, that depends upon the question. So, since there is an audience in front of you, so you have to begin by addressing the audience. So, addressing the audience, you have to greet them, good morning, good afternoon, so whatever is the time. Then you have to write your speech in 3 or 4 paragraphs. Now, what these 3 or 4 paragraphs will include? The first thing, introduction. After that, you have to discuss the issue or the problem or any statement that is given to you. So, like in this case, I'll be talking about the indiscipline, increasing indiscipline among teenagers. Then it's a genesis, source, and causes. So, what, according to you, could be the reasons for that problem? Reasons, then causes or advantages, disadvantages. So, whatever according to the question. Then its impact, its consequences, whether they are good or bad. So, you have to discuss those. Now, in a speech, you can't take sides. So you cannot only talk about pros, you cannot only talk about cons. So it's not a debate where you have to write either for or against. So here you'll be taking both the sides. After you have discussed the reasons, then the consequences, then you have to discuss then what can be done to improve that situation. Once you've done that, then it's time to conclude your speech. So in the end will come your conclusion. Now, after that, to make it more interesting, so you can add quotations. That is a good idea to add quotations because it will give an edge to your speech. So some striking news headline according to the topic, if you remember certain news headlines, so you can include that too. Then engaging the audience is very important. So audience is sitting in front of you, and if with your speech the audience is getting bored, so then there's no fun of giving a speech. Your tone, it should be conversational, it should be interactive. So interact with the audience. Now, interact here doesn't mean that you have to seek answers, but you have to grab their attention. Your opening and conclusion, that should be strong. So one way to grab the attention of the audience, to make them interested in you, is to have a very strong opening line, and the conclusion should also be strong. So once your opening is strong, so 50%, you have won the hearts of the audience. Then you can even add your opinions and views in your speech. In the end, you have to thank the audience for their patience, hearing, and for their time. So this is the format. You can call it a format, and these are the steps according to which you have to write your speech and go in a logical way. So now here are certain useful phrases that you can include in your speech. Like, in my opinion, I am sure that, surely you would believe, no one can deny, most of you would agree. So these are again the ways in which you can captivate the audience. You can make the audience interested in your speech so that they hear what you are saying. So this clearly shows, it is evident, the fact is it really both? Are we to believe, or do you really think, and so on. So there are many other expressions and ways to do that. So these are just a few. Then I've given few conjunctions and linkers with which you can join your sentences, like because, then however, although, whether, in addition to, in conclusion, finally, above all, even though. So these are ways in which you can weigh your statement. Then nevertheless, otherwise, and so on. Now coming to today's topic, increasing indiscipline among teenagers. Now this topic, here I've given a 5-mark speech, 10-mark speech, a longer version of this. I have given a link for that speech, so you can click on that link and you will get a PDF of both 5 marks and 10 marks. So let's begin. So indiscipline is surely a problem, but the greater problem is its widening sphere. So here you can see the opening statement, a quote. Indiscipline is surely a problem. So I've said that it is a problem, but the greater problem is its widening sphere. So I have given the audience something to think about and something which they will need to hear, that what I am going to talk about, widening sphere. So it is a problem, I've said, but then I have also said that there is a greater problem, that is its widening sphere. So now the audience will be interested. that what widening sphere I'm going to talk about. So after that, greet the audience. A very pleasant morning to everyone, respected principal, teachers, and my dear friends. Today, I've got the opportunity to speak on a very critical issue of increasing indiscipline among teenagers. So I've called it a very critical issue. Again, I'm trying to attract the attention of the audience. So now the first paragraph. It is true, indiscipline has widened its scope and sphere. From inside the classroom, it has reached the road. So the sphere, the widening sphere. So how it has widened? From inside the classroom, it has reached the road. Today, acts of indiscipline, they are not limited to playing mean pranks, slight tips, fights, arguing, or making fun of someone. These acts have become more severe with dangerous consequences. Nowadays, gun culture and substance intake is the new normal. It is alarming to see school students involved in gang wars. So I have talked about all the spheres where I think, according to me, indiscipline has reached. So it is true. I'm starting with the statement, it is true. So this is the sphere of the problem. The sphere of the problem that I'm talking about. So this is my first paragraph. Now, after this, I'll be talking about the causes and what I think has led to this problem. So this brings me to a crucial question. So again, it is a way to attract the attention here. What drives a teenager towards indiscipline? So my question is that the teenager has reached this stage, but what is the driving force behind this? Now, this is not a hidden fact that fast pace of life. So this is one reason: fast pace of life, cutthroat competitions, nuclear families, and reduced family time. These are some of the factors that have taken toll over the immature mind of the youngster. So their mind is immature, and these are a few factors that have taken toll over them. Also, so there's another factor that I think is important. So now I'm talking about that. So also there is no denying that teenagers these days lack good role models. So this is again important as a result. So now I'm talking about the consequences. So this is, according to me, these are a few reasons here. So I can write here reasons. I've talked about few reasons. And now here I'm talking about a few consequences. The main consequences, because it is just 5 marks, the word limit, it is an issue here. So that is why. So as a result, many start living in their own world. So they start living in their own world. They are cut off from their family and friends. And this can have serious implications, which can ruin their life forever. Can anyone tell me who is benefiting from this? So now the main question here arises that whatever is happening, so who is benefiting out of this? So neither it's the teenager nor the society. So to curb this problem, so now I'm going to talk about a few points for solution. So now to curb this problem, we need to work together. So first thing is that it cannot be done in isolation. So we need to work together. School can play an important role in this direction. Effective learning, inclusion of sports, then a moral education, time-to-time counseling. This has become a need of the hour. Parents, they should spend quality time with their children. They should monitor their internet usage and also keep a check on their friends. So let's gear up towards a disciplined life. So here, this is my conclusion. So let's gear up. Now I'm calling everyone, I'm inviting everyone so that we can work in one direction. So let's gear up towards a disciplined life, for this world sets baits for people and it depends upon you whether you grab it or you pass it. So again, a conclusion, a strong conclusion with a quote. This world sets baits for people and it depends upon you whether you grab it or pass it. And then you thank the audience for their patient hearing. So thank you for your patient hearing. So this is how you have to write a speech. Now, once you follow all the steps, it is going to be very easy for you to write a speech on any topic. Now, if you've liked it, so there's just one thing that you have to do. Subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. So happy watching and happy preparation.